The announcement blared over the tannoy. Final boarding call for Flight 287 to Edinburgh. She ran, her heels tapping a frantic rhythm on the polished floor, her coat flapping behind her like wings. Eleanor's eyes scanned the gate numbers in a frantic blur, her rucksack thumping against her back, but she didn't care. She was nearly there, just a few more feet. "Help, please. Someone." A faint, trembling voice brought her up short. She turned. Slumped near a row of seats was an old man in a worn tweed coat, a cane lying on the floor beside him. He was clutching his chest, his eyes wide with panic. Eleanor froze. The gate was right there. The flight she had saved up for months to afford, the interview that could finally turn her life around, was waiting in Edinburgh. Everything she had worked for, everything she had endured, came down to this. But then the old man wheezed again, and Eleanor's heart won out over her head. She ran back. 29-year-old Eleanor Vance was no hero. She never considered herself anything special. A part-time waitress and part-time caregiver, she lived a modest life in Manchester. The eldest of four, she'd been raised by a single mum who taught her that kindness wasn't about what you had, it was about what you gave. Eleanor gave all she could, and today she gave up her future. Or so it seemed. She knelt beside the old man, checking his pulse, asking if he could breathe, doing everything she'd learned over years of caring for the elderly. Airport staff rushed over, with paramedics close behind. Amidst the commotion, the plane pushed back from the gate. Her name was called over the tannoy several times. She didn't respond. By the time the old man was stabilized and taken to hospital, the flight was long gone. So was her chance at the biggest opportunity of her life. Eleanor sat alone at gate 16, her boarding pass crumpled in her fist. Tears welled in her eyes, not from regret, but from sheer exhaustion. It had taken her a year of pulling double shifts to afford that flight. The job in Edinburgh, a position at a charity supporting children with disabilities, was her dream. But the interview was for tomorrow morning. No other flights would get her there in time. She sent a quick text to the hiring manager to apologize and switched her mobile off. A cleaner sweeping nearby noticed her expression. "You all right, love?" She wiped her tears. "Yes, I'm fine. Just missed my flight." He gave a soft nod, as if he'd seen it all before. Hours passed. Eleanor wandered through the terminal, unsure what to do next. Her savings were gone, her future uncertain. As she passed a coffee shop, the woman at the counter called out, "Miss Eleanor Vance?" Eleanor turned, surprised. "You're needed at gate 4. There's someone waiting for you." Confused and wary, she walked over, tugging her worn-out bag behind her. When she arrived, 2 men in suits greeted her with kind smiles. "Miss Vance, Mr. Finch would like a word," one said. "Mr. Finch?" she repeated. They didn't reply, just gestured to a private lounge nearby. Inside, the lights were dim and the furniture plush. Seated in a large leather chair was the old man from earlier, now in a crisp navy suit, sipping tea as if he owned the place. And as it turned out, he rather did. "I thought I might not see you again," the man smiled. "Do sit down." Eleanor blinked. Are you all right?" "I am now, yes. Thank you." She sat hesitantly, completely overwhelmed. "I've missed my flight. I had an interview." He raised a hand. "I'm aware. I made some inquiries." Eleanor was baffled. "Who are you?" He leaned forward and offered a wrinkled hand. "Alistair Finch, founder and chairman of Britannia Air." The words hit her like a wave. She gasped. You're the owner of the airline?" "In a manner of speaking," he chuckled. "My children handle the day-to-day now, but I still like to visit the airports myself. I enjoy watching people. An airport shows you the best and worst of humanity." He studied her. "And today, I saw something remarkably rare." Eleanor was speechless. "You gave up a great deal to help a complete stranger. Most people would have hurried on by, but you didn't." She lowered her eyes. "I only did what anyone ought to have done. And that's the point, isn't it?" He smiled. "So few people do, but you reminded me why I started this company in the first place. Not for profits, but for people." He pulled out his mobile and made a call. "Get a message to our Edinburgh office. I want Miss Vance's interview rescheduled, and fly the board of directors out. I want them to meet her." He ended the call and turned to her. And if the interview goes well, the job is yours. We'll handle the accommodation and salary. Let's just say you won't have to worry about money for a good while." Eleanor stared. "Why? Why would you do all that?" "Because," he said simply, "the world could do with a few more people like you. And because you helped an old man who everyone else ignored." 2 weeks later, Eleanor was walking through a quiet park in Edinburgh, wearing a company badge and a heart full of gratitude. She hadn't just got the job. She had been offered the lead role in developing Britannia Air's new charitable wing for elderly passengers, low-income families, and community caregivers. But she hadn't told anyone the full story. Not her colleagues, not the media, not even her flatmates. Because kindness, to her, wasn't about recognition. It was about doing the right thing, especially when nobody is watching. And now, dear viewer, you know who she is. The woman in that viral video smiling beside Alistair Finch, being introduced as the face of the airline's biggest humanitarian initiative. That's Eleanor, the quiet woman from Manchester who missed her flight to save a stranger and ended up flying higher than she ever imagined. Kindness has no price tag, but it holds the power to open doors money never could. Never hesitate to help someone in need, because sometimes the detour you take out of compassion is the very path that's meant to change your life forever.